What up, y'all? It's your boy Big Heck at the Flavor Zone Vapors headquarters. We are here to do a coil install into a 4-post deck. The model we are using today is the 13 Heavens 9 Hells RDA, and this device has 4 posts. The 2 in the center are positive and the 2 outer posts are negative. We're going to be using coil jig and ceramic tweezers to complete our build, along with, of course, some snips. So if you would allow me to adjust my tripod here, get the light going, bang, zoom in, we're gonna get started. Alright guys, so if you're here at this point, we would assume that you have already done some research into Ohm's law and you understand the importance of the resistance of your coils and the capacity of your batteries. With that being said, let's start this install. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my post screws are open all the way, because I'm using some juggernaut coils and they're pretty thick. Alright, so when installing your coils, you have to put one lead into the negative and one into the positive. Now you do notice that the positive has 2 holes, and theoretically you can put your lead into this hole, but it is aesthetically better to skip the hole and put the lead into the outer hole. Just makes things a little easier and looks a little better. And boom, I have just thrown my coil. Now, before normally, like new vapors, when we first start building, the first thing we do, we throw in the coils and we just screw them down right away. And what happens is that the coil is normally pushed over to one side. Well, right now this is crooked. Let me straighten it out. This is the great thing about this coil jig and why we use it, because it allows you to manipulate your coils and it aids in placement. So yeah, so normally new vapors, we throw in our coils and we screw down the screws, and what we don't realize is that the coils are over at one side. We do want our coils centered, because once the coils are centered, you have even space for your wick on each side. So again, this tool is the best, man. You guys got to get this. This is a coil jig. It's normally used for winding and creating coils. We use it more for placement and adjustments and centering our coils. It works wonders. So again, we're going to put it in, and as you see, it has graduated walls here, and once it pushes into the diameter of the coil, it will allow you to push towards the center. Mind you, I did not screw down my screws, because if I did, it will not give me the slack that I need. It will grip onto the lead and tighten it up, and I won't be able to budge it. But now that the lead is loose and unscrewed, I could push my coils towards the center. You see that? We're in the middle, baby. Alright, now before I start screwing things down, I like to take this lead here. I like to take this little leg here and push it towards the center of the coil. Bang. And that kind of makes way for the wick, keeps things out the way. See that? Alright. So now that I got my coils close to where I want to be, I will be making more adjustments, but it's pretty close. Alright, hold everything down. grab my screwdriver. And I tighten my screws. Guys, if you ever see your arms jumping around or a lot of inconsistency with your readings, the first thing you should do is check the tightness of your screws. If they are loose, you will see a lot of jumping in your arms and a lot of inconsistency. So usually the loose screws are the culprit. Alright, so okay, so I don't have it all the way down. I'm going to do a final tightening. But right now I just want to make sure that everything tightened correctly, and it did. Beautiful. Now I'm pretty much going to be repeating the process on the other side, but before I do, I'm going to cut these leads here. Before I cut my leads, just got to tell you guys, use caution when cutting and snipping these thick wires and claptons. One time I made a cut and the lead wire bounced off my eyelid. I figured it was a little more to the left or a little more to the right. Could have really hurt myself. So anytime I make a cut, I close my eyes, I turn my head to the left or to the right, then I make the cut. Okay, now with this outer one, I'm going to make a cut too, but I'm not going to make it so flush. I want to give myself a little space for now, in case I need to do some adjustments. Okay, but for the most part, the coil is centered. We're now going to repeat the process on the other side. So here I have the second juggernaut, and we're going to do something a little different. As you see, this lead is very long, and if I just try to shove it in as it is, I'm going to hit the other side. I'm going to hit the other coil. So what I like to do is I first put my first lead in the negative. I keep my positive lead on the outside, on the top, hold it down. I'm going to give it a little cut. And what that's going to do, it's going to avoid this lead poking the other coil on the other side when I push it through. Okay, so you see that? I got a little shorty here. And push through the hole. Alright? Bang. Now, as you see, I might be touching it for now. I'm going to snip it closer a little later on, but for now, I have more room to work with. Okay? That's exactly what I want. Again, most new vapors, they pop in their coils, they screw them in right away. And the coils are not centered. They do not have even space for wick on each side. So, coil jig to the rescue. Remember, your screws are loose for now because you're just worried about placement. If you screw them down, you won't have the give you need to push them towards the center like so. See that? Now, you know, guys, it doesn't have to be like completely perfect. You just want to have even space for your cotton on each side of the coils. Bang. Okay. So now that I think I'm where I want it to be. Yep. I'm gonna hold everything down. My finger. Hold on to the jig. The jig holds everything in place. I'm gonna grab my screwdriver. Oh, wait a minute. Something I forgot to do. This lead here, I didn't screw it down yet. I'm going to push it towards the other coil. Okay, see what I did there? Just push that in. Bang. again, make some adjustments and hold it in place and screw it in. We're nowhere near finished our adjustments right now. This is more placement and making sure your coils are where you want them to be. I guess this is stage 2. I guess 2 or 3. Alright, so my coils are towards the center, and I have enough room or equal space for cotton on each side. That's the purpose of centering them. I'm going to cut the excess. Remember, close your eyes, turn your face, make the cut, avoid the bouncing shrapnel, and bang. Always make sure to cut the inside if you have passed through. In this case, I did not. I'm not going to cut too flush on this side because I may be making adjustments later on. Okay, so my coils are in. They're pretty much centered, but I'm nowhere near done. If you look, they're kind of twisted and wonky. My OCD will not allow me to, although I could probably just throw this on a mod and it'll work and it'll vape. I like my shit to look nice and neat. One thing I do is I like to raise my coils about to the height of the posts. I like to make sure that they are even and vertical. Alright. See, we got little gaps here, and those little gaps we will tighten up with the ceramic tweezers once we throw this on a mod. Right now we're building on a 510 threaded stand, and we advise you installing your coils on the stand so you don't zap your ass on your mod. Okay, let me just make some final adjustments here. Make sure I am where I want to be. Again, I like to raise my coils a little bit, give myself some space here for air to travel around my burning coils. Alright guys, I think we're almost there. What do you think? And this is real easy. You know, I know that coil building may be intimidating. When you first starting, I was intimidated. But you just got to throw yourself in there, man. And, you know, this is simple. Okay, I think my coils are as neat and even as they need to be. Let me raise this up a little bit to make sure that everything is even. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm gonna snip this little lead here. Close my eyes, turn my head, snip, and I am ready to pulse this baby. Alright, so let me back out the zoom. Screw this here. I'm back out the zoom of my camera. And I'm going to grab my mod. Today we're using the Asmodus Health 150 watt TC device. This is very nice, very sturdy, very comfortable in the hand. I really love this mod. However, it may not be safe for inner city use because of its pistol grip like appearance. Vaping this at the wrong place and at the wrong time can get you really fucked up by police. So use caution when using the health. But for right now, we're home and we're safe, and yeah, we're going to do something now that we call pulsing. Pulsing is done to burn off excess machine oil that is used in the manufacturing process of these coils. Let me zoom in again. But first, let me check out my readings here. Zoom in a little bit. These coils should be around 0.20. Yeah, around 3.29. I'm at 42 watts. And what we're going to do now is called pulsing the coils. Pulsing is when you hit the power button for about 3 or 4 seconds and you let go in short bursts. And you're doing so for the purpose of, 1, to burn off the machine oil, and 2, when the coils get hot, it allows you to more easily manipulate them and tighten them with your ceramic tweezers. So I'm gonna let off a couple of bursts here. See that smoke there? That smoke, that's not really vapor, that's smoke. That's burning machine oil, and you want it off of your coils. Alright, so I see that one coil is burning hotter than the other, which gives me the indication that not all the screws are tightened. So you just give me a second to tighten up all these screws. If you ever see that one coil is burning hotter than the other, it could be because your leads are of unequal size. One is longer than the other. The more your coils are alike, the more they will burn the same way. So yeah, as I see now, these coils are really loose. These are screws. So I'm glad I did this. It'll give me a better reading and a more consistent power delivery to my coils. Let's see that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, I'm letting go. 1, 2, 3, I'm letting go. Looks like one side is pulsing harder than the other. I'm going to back down a little bit. I'm at 42 watts. I'm going to go down to about 30 watts here. While I'm pulsing, I'm going to grab my ceramic tweezers. I'm going to pinch and squeeze them together. 1, 2, 3. Pinch and squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Step back and let's see what we got here. Alright. We do this also to eliminate hot spots. Hot spots can be caused by the spacing in your coils. What I'm doing is pulsing in short bursts while squeezing the coils together. If you look close, you'll see them forming and getting nice and tight. Alright, and I'm going to check the other side. Okay, and while the coils are looking good, nice and even, and nice in the center, I do see that one side is burning hotter than the other. That is normal, and you're never going to get your coils to burn exactly the same way. At least I never have. But what I normally do to remedy that is it usually means that these leads are longer than these leads, so it takes a little longer. I'm going to loosen this up, loosen up these screws. I'm going to push the coils more close to the deck, and that should give them equal distance, and if done correctly, they should burn at the same consistency and temperature. Let us see. Gotta be careful not to knock this whole shit out. And I'm using my cell phone zoom when I normally use a magnifier, because I'm an old man and I'm blind. Let me get some light up in here. Hold on, guys. There we go. I'm going to, like I said, see that leg there that just is pushing through there? It's going to bring it in a little closer than it was before. I'm going to hold it there. I'm going to screw it in. Nice and tight. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. The screw should be nice and tight. And it's not, but it is now. Okay. I'm gonna snip this over here. And that should give me more of an even burn. I did knock off the build and how centered they were, but I will be fixing that in a second. Alright, let me back out here so you guys see what I'm doing. I'm going to use my coil jig again to replace some position, being extra careful not to hit my power button. Let's see what we got. I think I need to tighten this bitch some more. You know, using those screwdrivers that come with these RDAs are really a pain in the ass. It always helps when you get a good, strong driver kit. Metrics and flatheads and all that shit. There we go. Okay. It's nice and tight. Let's see how it looks now. All going. Pulsing here. Uh-oh. I'm about to drop my camera. Now we're getting closer. And then, just some tightening here. Ceramic tweezers. There we go. See, now they're burning a little more evenly. Now, depending on how bad your OCD is, you'll be here tweaking them all day, trying to get them to look at least the same. But the most important thing here is that we have equal burn. Alright? There you go, guys, ready to vape. Guys got any questions or any suggestions on how to help describe this shit to you guys in a way that's more simple and easier to understand? I'm all ears, you know. I'm just trying to show you guys how we do it over here, and this is how we doing. This is how we do it. Thanks for watching, y'all. Hope it helped.